Yo, damn too dark. Yo, what's good? What's good? Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? Riding the fams here. Nice to see you guys. Hope everyone's doing good. Everyone's taking care. So we're back. We're back with another episode of our podcast. I hope you guys have been taking care of one another. It's the one day out of the week where we sit down, we talk some shit, and we relax. We assess everything that happened in the world. Whether it's gaming, news, sports related. That's the kind of stuff we talk about and we relax with. So we're 68. You know what I mean? Episode number 68. Let me go and update that. By the way, got to do that. My bad. All right. Episode number 68 of our little podcast, of the Lightning Round podcast. So we're gonna go ahead and, God damn, you know what? Yeah, I think I need to do this. I'm sorry. I think I need to do this. Okay. Because it's like people don't know. All right, but yeah, so yeah, thank you. I had to do this. So basically, with this, okay, Def Zola, how you doing? Everyone coming in, welcome. Nice to see you. Everyone coming in, great to see you. So yeah, like I said today for this week's episode, we only got a couple topics, so this actually might live up to the name Lightning Round. So today we have, of course, we're gonna be covering everything that happened within the NFL with Week 7. I usually cover sports stuff last because I know how long it takes. And basically, I'm gonna be talking about BlueSky and Twitter. I'm doing good. Hope everything's been good with you. Yeah, how's your day? How's your week been? Hope everything's been good with you. So yeah, with today, yeah, we definitely got some stuff we want to, talk about. A couple of them. I might add one more. Okay, I just might add one more, and I think the last one I'm probably gonna add is I might talk about the Sonic X Shadow Generations game. Now I don't have the game. I don't know what's going on with the game, but I might. But there's one particular thing I'm gonna talk about. It's crazy because it don't really got much to do with the characters in the game. More so, it has something to do with one character that I personally think he should get his. I really think it's time that he should get his. Okay? I really do think so. Okay. Now, um I guess for the first topic, if I had to take a coin flip, honestly, I do want to talk about the Twitter versus the BlueSky thing because honestly, that's still just as much fresh in my mind. But also because of the fact that what I want to talk about with the Sonic X Shadow Generations thing, it's not going to be as much. If anything, like I said, it has nothing to do with the game in particular. It has more so to do with the company that I got a slight issue with. And they know I have a slight issue with because this ain't the first and it ain't the last time that I've been asked for this, that I'm sure a lot of people had asked for this, but they're still not going to do it. And I personally don't think they will, but I just think it's fucking crazy to me how they're not going to do this. But yeah, let me go ahead and talk about the Twitter versus BlueSky thing. So for people that don't know what the hell's going on with Twitter to where people are wanting to jump ship and move over to BlueSky, let me go ahead and give a little bit of context with what's going on. So there's a thing that came up with Twitter to where they said, you know what? I think it's time we completely change how we handle our block system and change how we go about the whole AI thing. Okay? So what they decided to do, which makes people very unhappy with this, is they decided coming up in November, what they're gonna do is that every picture, or like say if you're an artist, this will definitely hurt you. So every artist, you need to be wary of this if you're still going to post on Twitter after this update. So say if you post a drawing, a good ass drawing, like say of a character you like, whatever it is and whatnot. Now it's becoming a thing where the AI that they have called Grok can now basically take that and and just they're just gonna use that shit. You know what I mean? Or every tweet you make. I think there you go. This is where everyone's really pissed off with. Not even just for our artists. Is every tweet you make, you're basically making the AI smarter. If that makes sense. So whatever words you put down, whatever shit you're trying to say to make sense of certain things, they're basically gonna be like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and take this and make it smarter than usual. Whatever you say, you're feeding into what our bot is doing, and no one's down for that. Along with the art shit, no one's down for this shit either. So nobody's fucking with it. Rightfully so. They have a right to not fuck with it. Honestly, I'm not fucking with it. So now with this situation, artists are taking what happened with the whole AI thing and they're jumping ship, but that's not the only reasoning. The second reasoning, and this is just me speaking off the update, this is not speaking from a personal issue why I think people will want to move. The second issue is how they're handling the block system. So say if there's somebody you absolutely don't like, you absolutely hate, you absolutely don't fuck with, you're not down with them, you block them and you make it so that they can't see your content at all. They can't see what you tweet, they can't see what you say, they can't see the stuff you post. Nothing. It's just gone. Now, of course, this is obviously bypassed if a person makes another account and then they'll search up that account and they'll just block evade you. That's absolutely a thing. But now this is becoming a thing where in that November update, even if you have somebody blocked, they can still see everything that you said. They can see everything that you said, but they won't be able to comment. So the way that I see it, okay, is that absolutely defeats the purpose of just blocking someone. You're basically just muting them at that point. Okay? That is essentially what you're doing. I don't know if y'all feel that way, but that's essentially what you're doing. At that point, you're not blocking someone, you're muting them. Now, for some people, you may not deem this as a big issue. But I can tell you the ones that are very much affected by this situation. And this is where I mentioned artists before. Guess what? This is not just with artists that feel that way with specific people. Not safe for work. Artists and content creators of that type are hit the hardest. So, guess what? Nowadays, you're gonna have minors that are gonna want to sit up there and, check out some shit they have no business checking out. Knowing that this is the case, that's a big deal if you're a not safe for work content creator. That means you have absolutely no privacy whatsoever. That means, like, no matter what you do, you can't escape them. Now, again, like I said, this is already bypassed enough as it is. And I hate saying this. This is already bypassed enough with you having to sit up there and just make another account and you could just see what they posted. And let's be honest, this happens enough as it is. But it's a bigger deal when you basically make it so like, okay, you're giving them easier access to see that specific content when they have no business having to see it at all. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So I understand the not safe for content creators that are absolutely like scared to death of this block feature becoming a thing, because that means at a moment's notice it's a wrap. I mean, shit, you already know how parents be nowadays, where it's like, look, they'll blame you, not themselves, for every little thing that happens to their kid when anytime they access the internet, because they don't want to watch their kid. Now, with what Elon is doing, is he's basically enabling this full on. And for me, like, you're killing the point of what certain features are there for. Okay? Now, I can tell you this right here. My personal opinion with why I think I would want to leave Twitter, but off that alone, I would understand if you are a content creator of those types and you're very concerned with what the hell's going on. Now, if that's your reasoning for fully moving over to BlueSky come November, because I don't expect them to fully stay there right now in October, late October. I expect this to start around November unless they change their mind. But I will tell you this, I get it. I absolutely get it. Because it's like, look, I'm trying the best I can to, tolerate with what I got on here. I'm trying the best I can to enjoy with what I have on here. I want to make the most out of it. Let's be honest, people hate what Twitter has become, but there's specific reasons why they still want to stick with the site despite the downfall of where it's at. And even for me, it's just somewhat the same way. The only reason why I even want to stick with Twitter at this point is, like I said, my people are here. So, at some point in time, I think the only way Twitter is really gonna be, or in this case now, since Elon wants to call it X, I will never call it X ever. The only way I can see Twitter really, really getting hit with its big downfall is they would need one more big update to fuck everyone over to where it's like, you know what, that's it, I'm done. I don't know if this is that update, but I know this severely hurts artists and content creators of the like. And it's like, yo, you're not for the people anymore. Okay? At this point, I'm not getting on here just because I want to get on here. I'm getting on here because if it's a chore to get on here. I'm only getting on here because my people are on here. Other than that, if my people were elsewhere, then I go be over there. And understand, and rightfully so, or in this case, if you're an artist, if you have a big following, then I understand why you be hesitant to leave. Because the way that I see it is this: I'd be hesitant to leave too if I made over like 10,000 fucking followers on Twitter, and then I gotta go over to another website and start all over again, knowing damn well not everyone's gonna see the fact that, oh, okay, I moved over to BlueSky and you don't make half that shit back. Off that alone, I completely understand, and I do not blame anyone that whether the update comes through or not, that you still don't leave. I completely get it. That feeling of having to start all over again after you built up so much to get where you're at, completely understandable. So this is why with certain people, I'm sure Winter had talked about this, I do not blame Winter for wanting to stay, only because of the fact that I understand. Look, she worked that hard to get where she's at. Okay? She worked to get at the situation she's in. And she don't even be on social media like that. But at the same time, like, look, she's building up what she got building. So why would she tear it down just to start all over again? I don't expect her to. I don't expect a lot of artists to. Because regardless of how we feel with Twitter, and regardless of how they feel with it, they probably feel the same way we're feeling. It's like, look, I can't just stop and start all over. So I understand. Omega, you said you betcha this would have never happened if Tumblr never booted off all the not safe for work artists. I agree. If Tumblr never did what they did, I don't think a lot of people would care that much. So I kind of do agree there. Because a lot of not safe for work artists really sat up there and said, you know what? Let's do this shit. Let's go ahead and let's stick with Tumblr and have the time of our life. So I get it. That was the cows of all the bullshittery, if you ask me. Yeah, it was. It absolutely was. Oh, it absolutely was. But yeah, it's just this shit this shit with Twitter. The sad thing is there's been issues like this with Twitter before, to where, and honestly I feel like this can go the same route. This could go the same route as the other two, but like I said, there's a reason I put up a part 3. Okay, there's a reason I put up a part 3, because this is the third time where people is like, you know what, we don't like what the fuck Twitter is doing here. Let's go ahead and just find an alternative site to go on and then just chill out over there. So the first time was the whole AI implementation thing, the Grok implementation thing, and nobody was down for it. So then they went over to BlueSky, only to find out that, oh, okay, the grass is not greener yet. So let's just go back over to Twitter for now. Then of course you got the Brazil situation. Now, people in Brazil, they obviously had no choice at the time. They had absolutely no choice. They had to sign up to BlueSky only because Twitter was being taken off. So I can't hold that on them. They were forced to go over to a new site. And now you have, surprisingly, the Brazil situation unfucked itself. Which is funny because this is leading to point number 3. Because the Brazil situation, they unfucked it only to say, you know what, we got something worse for y'all coming. All in the same motion. They unblocked all the Brazil artists and whatever it is, content creators. They unblocked all of them only to say, oh, you know what, now we got this coming and we're gonna make life hell for you. And that's why I said I understand where people would say, you know what, enough is enough. Because look, it's bad enough you did this to a whole country. Now you're gonna do this globally. And people are already speculating, saying like, you know what, if this is what you're gonna do, it's only a matter of time until Android and Apple say, you know what, fuck this, I'm gone. And guess what, wait till about a month or 2 later, however long this took with the Brazil situation, wait until Elon ends up reversing that decision and being like, all right, we're gonna have Twitter back on the app stores. It's like Elon right now, and I sadly feel like this is the case with monopolies such as the NFL, such as the NBA, such as whatever other monopoly situation of a genre you could think of, is where they're free to do whatever the fuck they want to do and not give a fuck about the consequences. And then when they do start to care about the consequences, they're actually able to easily rewrite it because, oh, okay, they've been around for so long, where they could just rewrite the issue. And, oh, and here comes the people we all lost coming right back to Twitter. So that's where I understand. This leads to my other point where I feel like I get where Elon's gonna be like, you know what? We're gonna implement this, and all I gotta do is sit back and wait. He's literally pulling a Thanos, where it said, okay, you did all this, but what did this lead you to? Right back to me. That's literally what he's doing. This is what Twitch did several times, where they pulled some bullshittery only for people to come right back. This is what YouTube did. And now Twitter's taking that exact route. At this point, they know that they don't have to care for the people anymore, and they can just implement whatever the fuck they want to implement and not suffer, because it's like, okay, here, we're gonna add this, and you're gonna be forced to like it. And the sad part is, instead of people, of course, you know, again, I'm not gonna blame the artists, but certain people will be like, okay, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna stick with it. We're just gonna eat shit and deal with it. It's funny you mentioned Jack, because truth be told, he was part of the reason BlueSky got created. Now, I don't know much about him, but I know this for a fact. He's part of the reason BlueSky got created. Now, he is not there anymore. So, he may have been a part of BlueSky in its earlier time, but he's not there anymore. So, we have no idea who. I really have no idea who's really in control of BlueSky entirely. But I know Jack went off. He went off to go do his own thing. So funny how Jack's responsible for two websites being made. Because didn't he used to own Twitter? And then after that, some bullshit happened, and then I guess the pedo accusations came up with him, or actual thing that came up with him, and then after that, he went to go over to BlueSky, and now BlueSky people found out about him, and now he's not there anymore, and now he went to go elsewhere. So it's crazy how a pedophile like him is responsible for Twitter and BlueSky, and they didn't even want anything to do with him no more. Now they're just under completely different management entirely. So there you go. Now, if people don't know the differences between these sites, I'm going to go ahead and have them both up here so that you can see what they're all looking at and what they're all looking like. You will literally see like kind of night and day, but then kind of not night and day. So let me go ahead and pull this up so you can see what they look like, so that way you can get a good idea of like, oh, okay, what does BlueSky look like? Is it any different from Twitter? Is it any similar to Twitter? So this is what BlueSky looks like here on the left, and this is what Twitter looks like here on the right. Now, there is one post, I need to see if I can find it, that gives you the pros and cons of both the websites. What they have, what they don't have, what you will fuck with, what you won't fuck with. So, let me go ahead and see if I can find this shit real fast. Hopefully it won't be that hard. Because I know I said it not too long ago. In fact, here it is right here. So I thank you to Frey Draws for sitting up there and making the pros and cons of both websites. Then that way I'll be able to go ahead and give you a proper idea. So real quick, these are the pros and cons. Where it has right here, the pros for BlueSky, it has customizable feeds. It has hashtags that it actually works. So with that whole thing, you know what? I'm gonna chalk this up as a con for Twitter as well, because I know y'all have seen the issues with this shit. Is where I really hate how the most dumbest shit gets into your timeline, and it's like over like fucking 10K. Like 10K worth of fucking likes and retweets, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Why are we talking about this? So I don't fucking get that shit. All right? I really do despise how I really do despise how that's still gonna be a thing for as long as we see fit on this website. So they said the pros are customizable feeds, hashtags that actually work and don't kill the reach of your posts. Kind of funny that mascot is in this soy jack post. We'll talk about that when we get there. Using links doesn't kill the reach of your posts. No ads every 5 posts. Thank God. I'm gonna say this right now because this is also bothering me. At first it wasn't, but now it's starting to get out of control. No constant begging for you to buy premium. Let me repeat this again. No constant begging for you to buy premium. See, this is why I said this would be chalked up as a personal issue. But I might be tempted to add this as a universal issue because I'm sure, like, not everyone feels this way, but let's be real here. We're getting real sick and tired of these ads. Yes, we know we get them everywhere when it goes to TV, and we get them everywhere when it goes to YouTube. But Jesus Christ, can I please go to a spot where I just won't have any ads and I could just chill out? Like, I'm tired of that shit. I legit is tired of this shit. Similar numbers of engagement despite only having a tenth of the followers on Twitter. That's a personal one. I'm not gonna, yeah. So that's a personal one. A block button that works as it should. I just talked about this earlier. No feeding your posts into an AI integrated in the platform. No automatically directing you to a For You page where it puts posts to annoy you rather than shit that you want to see. And just a shit ton of art on the timeline. I will tell you this right now, when I start scrolling, this is exactly what you're going to see. If you love lots of art, if you love seeing artists work, if you love seeing tons of this shit, oh my God. It is an artist heaven to be on this site. I'm going to tell you this right now. Now, I don't know so much in terms of a content creator, but as a straight up artist, you will love what this shit brings. Like tons of art, tons of stuff being talked about. Shit, I made a couple feeds that I'm about to show y'all. Just because I love seeing their arts. And you know what? I'm gonna say this right now. That feed shit, thank you. You know how many times I've been wanting to look up certain things and I haven't been able to get it? Like say, okay, look up Acheron from Honkai Star Rail. You get it, but then you kind of don't when you search it on Twitter. You get it, but then it's either mostly AI or it's mostly people talking about Acheron. Now, on here, I could just simply I made a feed for Acheron and for Raiden May, and I could just click on it and be like, okay, I got all the arts here. Oh, and also, I'm gonna say this right here. I know Twitter got this too, but I don't see it as much. Thank you on here as well for BlueSky, where I'm actually being warned of what the fuck's about to go down. And they will actually sit up there and block that shit off. And then I won't have to worry about like getting in trouble on the timeline. Like say if I start scrolling Twitter right now, I'm running a risk of getting banned because of not safe for work being shown on the fucking screen. So there you go. Now the cons with BlueSky, which are very obvious, which goes to where you said, okay, they need some work, and you're not wrong. They absolutely need some work because I'm not gonna sit here and act like it don't. It still needs some shit that it can work itself out on, such as no bookmarks, but you technically can. You have to use a pin emote, and that's basically your bookmark. So I don't know how people feel about it. You might be able to deal with it. You might not be able to deal with it. No separate mentions tab yet, which they do need to do this. You have very limited gift support. Yup, they need to fix that. You can't send images in DMs, which is a shame. You should be able to. You can't disable retweets per the user. I don't know what they mean, but oh, right. T Gamer, how you doing? So basically, if somebody retweets your shit, but then there's someone that you're not cool with, they can you can like take off that retweet or some shit like that. You can't customize the notifications yet. And of course, this is the same issue here with the rest of these, where it's like your favorite artists are still here on Twitter. Some of them are for me. Still not a lot of news sources here. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, it's a shame because this won't happen. Wario64 is not coming to BlueSky as much as I would love for him to. Wario is not coming here, and it's not because he doesn't want to, it's because of his affiliate links. For some reason, his affiliates don't want him to be on BlueSky. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but they don't want him there. So, no Wario there, in my opinion, severely hurts their chances of making BlueSky legit unless someone can sit up there and replicate what Wario has done currently for the gaming world. Now, I did sit up there and I asked Wario with this. I was actually able to get in contact with him and talk with him. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, basically, I was able to get in contact with him, and he couldn't state exactly why, but all I know is he stated it's not a BlueSky problem at all. It has nothing to do with BlueSky, because he's still posting shit on fucking Threads, for God's sakes, and we already know where Threads has gone. Yeah, when it goes to BlueSky, for some reason he just can't post there. You have that. There's still certain other news outlets that isn't here yet that you could think of off the top of your head. I would say this for sports. For me, there's a lack of sports on BlueSky, which is a shame. Like I don't have the NFL channel on BlueSky. I barely have the Eagles on BlueSky, and I don't even know if that's actually the Eagles themselves. I don't think I have them on there. I know there's certain things I can forward over. I do have Ian Rappaport on BlueSky, but not exactly him. More like it's someone that's mirroring the reports for Ian Rappaport, the reporter for NFL Network. And the same can be said for Adam Schefter, the reporter for ESPN. You know, I got mirrors that I follow for them. So in case if I don't feel like getting on Twitter to see them, I could just get on BlueSky, and there you go. They're right there. Hopefully BlueSky doesn't hit mainstream. Actually, you should hope it hits mainstream, because let's be honest, you need someone that's going to combat Twitter at the end of the day. If everyone is sitting up there placing this much dislike towards Twitter, then this shouldn't be a problem. You should be happy it hit mainstream. Because shit, you had Facebook that hit mainstream. You had Instagram that hit mainstream. Look, at the end of the day, websites come and go when dumb shit happens. Twitter's never gonna die. That's a proven fact, unfortunately. I mean, you're not entirely wrong. I mean, it's not gonna die yet, but hey, look, the way how I see it is, I say yet because you'll never know what'll happen. There could be some true fucked up shit that could happen, and then all of a sudden that might be the end of Twitter before you know it. Even today, some bullshit can happen to where Twitter can get fucked up. Even now. So I would say this. I can't ever say, the only websites I know that won't ever really die for real is YouTube and Twitch. Twitter doesn't have that kind of fucking power, as much as people are led to believe. You want to know why Twitch has taken over and why it won't die? Because it's the only platform that's really up here for streaming that people can really fuck with. Because they're not fucking with Kick. Glimish died. D-Live died. I mean, Trovo's here just to be here for you, you know, if you ever want to use it. But people are not really fucking with Trovo like that. Which is funny because when I'm streaming on Trovo right now, but I gotta keep it 100. So it's like, really nobody's touching. No one's touching Twitch like that, if you get my point. YouTube, who the fuck is there to fuck with YouTube? Who's really there? You can't name anyone that can fuck with YouTube like that. Twitter, on the other hand, Twitter has, let's be real, they still have Facebook to go up against. Facebook can just as easily rise back up to the top if they really wanted to. And that could be the new social media king all over again. You have Instagram, which I don't know how people feel about it because it's mainly just posting media and shit. You don't really do any interaction like that. And now you have BlueSky here. Now you did have other sites before. Of course, you still have Threads, which is dead. But now you have BlueSky here. So that's like 3 websites that I just mentioned. 3 social media sites off the top of the dome for me. Where it's like, look, at a moment's notice, they can creep up on Twitter and they could just fuck them up if they feel the need to. If they start adding similar shit to what made Twitter great, they could just be like, oh, okay, shit. I mean, you worried on whether or not we have this stuff here. We have it right here. Now it's up to you whether or not you want to come over. So, they can easily do this. Okay. Does Twitter have the money? Does it have the history? Absolutely. But don't think for a second that a website like BlueSky can't fuck around and do better than Twitter. It could do better currently, and it can take their people. Just like it did with the Brazil situation. Just like it's kind of going to do here with the block situation, the AI situation. We don't know how much, but we know they're going to take enough. Now, I personally feel like this one's going to be a bit more serious than usual, even though I said earlier, okay, people are just going to be going back and forth between BlueSky and Twitter. The only reason why I feel like this is going to be slightly more serious is because you actually have people from Japan that's coming by and like, you know what? Let's actually make a BlueSky account. You actually have international people, Japan, China, well, whoever, fucking, yeah, Korean, Russian people actually out here being like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this shit. Let's actually make a fucking BlueSky and let's have some fun here. So, I get it. I get it. Let me actually get off on here. So I can show y'all the, you know, show you. So you tell me if this is any different, okay? You tell me if this is any different. You see what I'm saying, bro? Already I'm afraid to scroll all the way down. Already. Do I even follow this person? Yes, I do. I might actually fucking, yeah, I might actually unfollow. But you see here, like, I'm already in the danger zone with Twitter. With having to scroll down and show you the differences. So, you see here, not all that, you know, is I will give Twitter this though. I'm gonna give Twitter this. You will definitely see either some funny shit or some toxic shit. There's no in between. That's actually pretty cool for Ruby. But yeah, like I said, I'm already playing in the danger zone. So there you go. All right, now here's BlueSky. Let me actually pull this up on another tab so you could see it in entirety. All right, we just got off here. We just scrolled through here. Now let's start scrolling through here. This is on my Discover tab, by the way, which is the main tab for BlueSky, whereas on Twitter it's the For You tab. So you just discover random shit from here. So take a look, see for yourself. See what I mean? Lots of art, some pets and stuff here. Lots of stuff here, lots of art, lots of cool stuff here. Pretty fucking tame, and as you can see from what I was referring to earlier, thankfully I'm at least warned, so I don't have any fear of scrolling through on here and being like, oh shit, someone's putting up some not safe for work or potential not safe for work shit here. Let me go ahead and, you know, try my best to scroll past all that. I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, this is just on their For You section. Just off that alone. Hey, nice fucking leg yawn. I'm gonna go ahead and retweet that one. So I don't have much to worry about. And luckily, some people on Twitter did come by. Some people on Twitter I do know, they did come by, so I could still chat with them whenever I feel the need to. Seeing what's up. All right, so I'm gonna show you one thing that I love the most about this already. Now, it's not that you can't do this on Twitter, but there's no point to do this on Twitter, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on the feed I made. Okay, I made a feed that was dedicated for Acheron. I'm gonna actually add that here. That was dedicated for Riding May on here. I don't know why this is made. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of this one. So I'm gonna go on the Acheron stuff, right? Anything I want to look up involving Acheron, it's already there, and they're mostly arts. That's the only one I'm seeing here. As you can see, not safe for work, bondage, blah blah blah, and all like literally it's already covered up, so I don't gotta worry about it. Now it's not to say Twitter it's not to say that you can't. You kind of can't. Can you? Like you can't cover up not safe for work on Twitter unless the poster makes it so. Because once they post it, that's it. So fuck it. But yeah, as you can see for me, it's very easy for me to easily access and get what I'm looking for. Particularly when it goes to, okay, I want to see Acheron art. Show me some Acheron art. So there you go. Or if I want to see some Riding May art, show me some Riding May art. You know what I mean? Riding Shogun, that can work. I need to make one for I need to make a feed for Riding Shogun, actually. I'm probably gonna do this after stream. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty fucking easy to do. To make a feed dedicated to what you want, to what you're looking for. So there you go. Whereas I don't get that lucky when I'm looking for specific shit. I'll just see multiple posts about it. I'll see some AI bots about it. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't see a whole lot of AI bots on here. Now, it's not to say they don't exist on BlueSky. They do exist on BlueSky, but you can easily filter them out and not have to worry about them. They don't get the love that they would usually get on Twitter. I will tell you that right now. So this is mainly made for, I can tell you this, like I said before, this is mainly so look, if you want to see all the crazy good arts so far, you have it here. Like you will I really do believe you will enjoy it here. Of course, we got a Master Duel one here. I made sure to make one for Master Duel where this is just okay. This is more so we just they talking shit on here. Got a Monster Hunter one, of course. Why would I not have one? I got a Monster Hunter one dedicated to its art and a Monster Hunter one for in general. That's a damn good Mizutune. Oh my god. I know fucking Fuyu would love this. But yeah, you can easily filter and get stuff that you're looking for, on here. Now, with that being said, what are my thoughts on this situation as a conclusion? Well, as a conclusion, it's like I told Winter when we talked about it a couple days ago. We'll see what'll happen, okay? If people are really that dedicated to not wanting to be on Twitter anymore, if it's really getting to that point to where people are tired of the shit, okay? Then you know what you got to do. All right? You know what must be done to basically say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this shit. I don't want to do no more. Now, for me in my case, I'm already happy enough to take the leap to Blue Sky because look, I don't really get on Twitter as much. I don't feel like I have to. Now, I do when it goes to talking to specific people. I absolutely have to. Like, say, in my DM messages here that you're seeing here on the right hand side, where I have to, be on here because my people's in here. These are, my cousin and, his two other friends. We have a group chat together that we talk with and, we chill with. I have one here for Artsy Mandy where I don't know if she's going to be going to Blue Sky at any point, but I did tell her what's going on. I have a better here that I fuck with. I don't think I'm going to be seeing any betters on Twitter. I'm sorry, on Blue Sky. Like, at least until Twitter is really that down bad to where it's like, you know what? We're about to see even bets going on Blue Sky. In that case, for me, I don't got a problem with it. So, we will see what'll happen. Oh, Alvin Kamara agreed to a deal. You see what I mean? This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the main night and day difference between the two already. I'm bound to get more sports stuff and more news stuff coming from here right now than I would on Blue Sky. When we get more official people like this, like Mike Garafolo, like Ian Rappaport, the actual Ian Rappaport, like My Sports Update, when we get these people, when we get the NFL coming in, when we start getting the WWE coming in, the Blue Sky, when we start getting all this stuff coming in, then Twitter got something to be worried about. Then they got something to be worried about. But till then, they're lucky that these people are still here on this site, basically giving them that bread. So, there you go. All in all, I will say this though. If Twitter keeps up this downfall that they're going on, eventually, Blue Sky is gonna take them over if they keep this shit up. They're playing with hot water. Okay? Now, people don't know it, but they're playing with hot water. So, let me see here if there's Oh, and one other thing I am going to tell you, since Blue Sky is public and Twitter is private, any updates that's going on this website, I will definitely say that's definitely very welcome for me. Where any updates that's going on that, if people want to give their thoughts on, if people can, whatever it is to make the website better, they will listen, they will look at adding it. Such as, we have this little update here. We have the update that they'll tell you about when it goes to adding, when it goes to like, we added a GIF function, we added a video function, we did this, we did that. They're slowly trying to get better. But what I love the most is the transparency where they'll actually sit up there and they'll tell you what the hell's going on. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. But there you go. Those are my thoughts. That's everything I have to say when it goes to the Blue Sky and, Twitter situation. We'll see come November. They said what, November 12th, November 14th is when that update is supposed to take effect. So around that point in time, we will see exactly how these people feel. If they're really about that life, if they really are looking forward to leaving, we will see. We're going to find out, especially if you're an artist. Now, I don't know when it goes to original content creator, but I know as an artist, I'm going to really find out and see how you are. If you're really going to come here. Now, for me as a content creator, I'm cycling back and forth, like what Omega said here. I'm cycling back and forth between the sites. Now, I'm not going to entirely get on Twitter, but I am going to get on it for specific moments such as sports, where it's like, you know what? I see some sports shit about to go down. I want to talk about it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about it. But when it's not sports related stuff, I'm not really going to care. I'm just going to get on here and I'm just gonna, enjoy some art. I'm gonna have the time of my life being on here. I'm happy that he's here. I'm happy that Aflu's here. He's good. He's very good people. But you can see I only get some sports stuff here and there, but I can't wait, if at all possible. I need to see if more of them are gonna be here. I also want to really see if someone's gonna step up and be that Wario 64, seeing as Wario himself can't get on here. At least not yet. We'll see as time goes by. Alright, now, with that being said, since we're done, we talked everything that there is to talk about when it goes to these sites. So, what I'm going to do, we're going to talk about the NFL, or at least I want to talk about the NFL, but I want to mention one more thing. Okay? I want to talk about the Shadow X Sonic Generations game. Okay? And it's not going to be long to talk about because it's not necessary, like I said before, it's not even about the game in particular. It's not about the game that I want to talk about. It's not even so much about the characters entirely in the game that's playable that I want to talk about. I need to say this for Sega, okay? Real shit. Sega, you want to know what I don't understand? This is what I don't understand. Y'all have no problem making another video game for Shadow, right? Now, he had his standalone game. He has his own game with his own title on it. Of course, you have Sonic Adventure 2. I guess, I don't know if you could count that with, of course, I would say, I would more like, I have to say featuring Shadow, I guess, in a way. But you gave him his own standalone game. And now you gave him another game where he's playable. This is what, the third, fourth, fifth game where he's playable. How you doing, Blue? My thing is with this, you have no problem making Sonic and Shadow playable, right? This is my issue. Silver the Hedgehog exists. Okay? I'm getting real sick and tired of this fear that Sega has because of what happened with Sonic 06. That shit needs to stop. Okay? I can't be the only one that thinks that way. I legitimately cannot be the only one that thinks that way. Because if you've been sitting up there and if you've been reading with what's been going on with Silver in the comics, it is a literal night and day difference between how he's treated in the comics versus how he's been treated in games. This has been going on for well over, like, almost 2 decades now. In fact, I should say 2 decades now. And it don't make sense. This fear they have because of what happened with Sonic 06, where they royally fucked up that game. Y'all don't want to do shit with Silver at all. We just act like he ain't there and he's only there for a convenience. I'm getting sick and tired of that shit. Because look, I will sit up there and I'll play Project 06 right now like I did previously, and I'm like, yo, this is what y'all can really do. Okay? This is what you can do with Silver. Because he can be fun to play with. He can be powerful as well. Just as much powerful as Shadow is, just as much powerful as Sonic is. I'll say probably more powerful than them, arguably. I personally think Silver and Shadow are like they're close with one another. I'm not gonna say they're neck and neck, but they're definitely close in terms of power. But yeah, this shit here with Sega for me, if you're gonna give Shadow his own game in Sonic Generations, if you're gonna give him a Shadow Generations, I want a Silver Generations, okay? I understand he only had one introduction, and that was Sonic 06. I get that shit. But I think it's time y'all need to break that fucking fear you have of that game and this character who's sadly associated with that game, and you need to actually give him his just due, because this is fucking crazy. Okay. Now, granted, I'm gonna be a bit biased when I say this, because look, even now, even though I'm not really with the Sonic community anymore, I'm not with the Sonic shit anymore, Silver's still my favorite character. Okay. I like him over the main too. That's probably partly why I fucks with Trunks too, because they're both way too similar to one another. But here's the deal. Okay. Trunks got his just due when he had that movie, and still gets his just due even now when it went to Dragon Ball Super. You just saw me play as him in the story between him and Goku Black. They at least still think about him from time to time to be like, you know what? Let's bring him in here. Let's make this shit work. I don't know why Sega is not taking what Dragon Ball did, since that's kind of their inspiration here with all this. They're not taking that kind of inspiration and they're making it work with him. I will never understand. Now, Blue, I see your comment here, but you know I had to rant a little bit. You said you just went back to school yesterday. Please do the best you can with school. Do the best you can with school, and be great. Be great. My guess is that the Sonic fandom hates Silver. The thing is, though, we see it's completely different when you see how it is in the comics. People fucking love Silver in the comics. If anything, they felt like his run in the comic series, they eased it over on having, on their hate with him. I don't know many people that hate Silver like that anymore because of his comic run. Whether Archie or whether IDW. That's why I find it so fucking crazy that this is happening. This continues to happen. And I'm not talking about the Sonic fan. I'm talking specifically about the Sega devs, the Sonic devs that are in charge. Like, it's almost like y'all intentionally want to gloss that shit over. Like, y'all don't want to listen. Because they know that you have people out there that's like, look, give Silver a game and rectify the 06 problem, and maybe then you'll be back on my good graces. So, yeah, for me, I'm just sick and tired of it. Alright. It has nothing to do with Shadow entirely. I don't even hate Shadow. In fact, I'm cool with Shadow. But if you're going to be giving a character like that some love, you need to give a character like Silver some. Hell, I'll go one further. Look, what I don't understand is, to this day, Sonic has so many fucking characters as a series. Y'all should be putting them in some shit. Okay? Now, I understand y'all want to be like, okay, we're just gonna stick with Sonic and call it a day. But here's the issue that comes with this. When you have so many characters in the series and they don't do shit, that's a big fucking problem with me. This is no different from how I am currently, where I have so many fucking characters and I don't do a damn thing with them. But here's the deal. The main reason I can't do anything with them is because I don't have the money to most of the time. Sega, on the other hand, has the money to, and they just refuse to fucking do it. Right now, as we speak, they have, yes, I'm good, T-Gamer. I'm just, podcast episode. I'm just giving my thoughts. Right now, as we speak, They have, I kid you not, they have Sonic, Shadow, Silver, Tails, Amy, Omega, Rouge, um, the Chaotix teams, which you know, Vector, Charmy, SBO. They have, um, of course, they have obviously Eggman. They have Metal Sonic. They have, I'm trying to think who else. Obviously, they got the bots there. And then of course, if we're going through IDW comics, which I'm definitely about to get to, you have Surge, you have Kit, you have Tangle, you have Whisper. Because I know they don't want to be affiliated with Archie anymore, and you know what? That's fine. That's why I'm leaving Archie out of it, because we don't know how many of those characters were made in Archie and how many of these characters are made, of course, with IDW. I don't necessarily want to get into all that. But my point is, they have so many fucking forgotten characters in Sonic, all because of the fact that there's one constant stable that actually holds them back. Truth be told, Sonic himself holds back the rest of the characters, and I hate that I have to say that. But you cannot sit up there and tell me for a second that if y'all wouldn't sit up there and be like, all right, let's pull Sonic back for a little bit and let's bring in some new characters, let's have some fresh stories coming in. You mean to tell me y'all motherfuckers can't do that? Meanwhile, I sit up there and I'll see from Nintendo, as much as we fucking hate them, they at the very least tried. They have Mario, Luigi, who got his own game multiple times. Toad got his own fucking game. Didn't Peach have a game by any chance? Correct me if I'm wrong there. Didn't Peach have her own game? And then, of course, you know, Bowser got his own thing. I think he has his own thing. If not, then, hey, look, he's featured in a lot of good shit. You have Donkey Kong. You have Wario. You have Waluigi here. I could go on. But I will tell you this. At least Nintendo gives a damn enough to where it's like, you know what? We have these characters here. Let's at least try to put a couple of them to use. You know what I'm saying? So my issue doesn't stem from the game itself. I have no problem with Sonic and Shadow Generations. Again, I can't stress this enough. This has nothing to do with the game. My issue is the company that want to fuck around, and of course you'd be like, you know what? We have Sonic here. Let's put him in as many stores as possible until we get creatively bankrupt, and then we don't do anything. So that's my thing. When really they shouldn't be creatively bankrupt at all. When you have all of these characters that you have here in stories and you're not doing a damn thing with them. Even the ones in the main game, you're not doing a damn thing with. And that's fucking insanity to me. And I think personally, like, I just say it like this. There's a lot of things that Sega can do right, but I can't fuck around and think like, yo, y'all dropped the ball hard. And this is where they dropped the ball hard here. Because if we're out here making fan games, doing crazy good shit with these characters that they allow us to do, you would think that Sega would sit there and be like, yo, we seeing what they're doing here. Let's actually make this work with the characters. Let's actually have some fun here. That for me is the biggest drop ball. Is you have these damn good characters, damn good stories that can be with them, and y'all just drop the ball and not do anything. And be like, oh, okay, let's go back to Sonic and milk him for all he's worth. Which he's worth a lot. Because he's a literal icon in media. So that's what I think. You know what I mean? Sega, for me, constantly drops the ball here on this end. Now, do I want a silver game? You're damn right. Do I think they're going to give it to me? No. They'll just stop at Shadow right here, like what they've done here. They'll stop at Shadow, right? They're not going to do anything else, not only with Shadow, they're not going to do anything else with him, but then they're not going to do anything with Silver either. If they fuck around in a couple years' time and they actually prove me wrong, I will happily come back to this video and eat fucking crow. I will happily do it. But for the time being, they're not going to do shit. And it's a shame that they're not. If anyone got any thoughts for what I had to say here with this situation with, you know, with Sega, then feel free to lay that shit out. Because we're about to start going over to some sports, and we're about to finish up our podcast from there. But yeah, for me, all in all, I'm just sick and tired of this shit. I've been sick and tired of it for well over 20 years now. Where it's like, yo, I like the amount of creativity that Sega has in their hands and they just fumble it is fucking nasty work. Alright, go ahead. Go ahead, T Gamer. Okay, you say T Gamer if you're ready, or Omega if you're ready. Say what y'all guys say. Say it now. Because once we get over to sports, that is it. All that creativity went to Yakuza. The thing is, though, that's a completely different fucking team. That's the sad part. That's a different fucking team. And while, yes, I'm going to say this here. While, yes, you do play as Kiryu a lot. You do play as him a lot. Here's the deal. They still at least went out of their way and said, you know what, you're still going to play with this character for a little bit and get the feel of this character. Like, at least with Yakuza, they'd be like, alright, bro, you got to play with Seijima for a bit. Alright, bro, at least you got to play with Haruka for a bit. I respect the fact that they at least tried. And they didn't stop to try. Because they did it a game later. And now they're doing it again with Majima. Be like, all right, bro, we're going to give Majima his own standalone game. I don't think they ever did that. They gave Majima his standalone game finally. They gave him some DLC. Now a standalone game. Yeah, they did this with Ichiban, where it's like, all right, bro, now you got your shit. Now we're going to rock with you because, look, at some point, we're going to get tired of Kiryu's story. Now you're next man up. I said what I said. No, I said what I said. What I said. Storm that command center like Ivan freaking Ooze from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah, at this point. Hold on for a bit. Let me get this bottle of water. Yeah, at this point, bro, might have to. I have to storm that shit in there because that's fucking crazy to me. Yeah, Sega can do so much more. Alright, so now we got the NFL. You already know we gotta cover week 7. Let me go ahead and let Choco know, just in case. Because I don't know if she's coming. Because I know this is what she really can't wait for. Alright, here we go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about week 7. I'm not going to talk about it in length. I'm going to let y'all know right now. Because certain stuff, y'all already saw what happened. Now, this is one I didn't expect. The Broncos beating the Saints, like, convincingly. 33-10. That was not what I was expecting. 33-10 coming from the Broncos. GG to them, bro. They've been trying to turn around, and right now with them at 4-3, that's a good start. Bo Nix 16 of 26, 164. He didn't throw a touchdown. He didn't throw a pick. I don't got an issue. Devontae Williams scored 2 touchdowns. Everything else was either all defense, which I think this was. This was all defense and just the Saints fucking collapsing. But GG to the Broncos, man. They're trying. Sean Payton, he's trying to turn that shit around, and he beats his old team. Jaguars beat the Patriots 32-16. Broncos beat Saints 33-10. Jaguars beats Patriots 32-16. This was a good game here. Lions versus Vikings. I enjoyed this. 31-29. This was such a good game. Jared Goff, 282 touchdowns, 22-25. Sam Darnold, 22-27, 259, a touchdown, interception. Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, a touchdown. Amon-Ra, a touchdown. Justin Jefferson, a touchdown. This was a good-ass game. And if you wasn't here earlier in the day for it, I'm sorry that you weren't, because this shit was great. I enjoyed having to see this. And I can't wait to see if there is going to be another NFC North matchup. I don't know if there will be between these two. I don't know if this was the first one or the second one, but this was fun to watch. I really did enjoy it. I would say this. Y'all know I got my tier list. I might do it. Winter, how you doing? You just missed what I had to say. Just missed what I had to say on the Sonic X-Shell game. It really had nothing to do with the game, which is crazy. It had more to do with Sega that I had to come off of, and I'll just go ahead and repeat it in short if you want to hear it. Yeah, this right here, this was a fun game. I enjoyed having to see this game. This was great. Next, he's just mad that Silver gets no love in the games. Thank you, Omega, for the too long didn't read. Thank you. That was the too long didn't read version. I'm just pissed because Silver really gets no love when he really should. Bills beating the Titans 34-10. I'm pretty sure everyone and their mom expected this. The only thing I didn't expect was Josh Allen throwing for 300 for some reason. But all in all, good game. Well, for if you're a Bills fan, good game. If you're a Titans fan, then obviously you're a Titans fan. Nobody gave a fuck about the Colts versus the Dolphins at all. Seahawks beat the. What is up with a lot of these scores being good by 2 possessions? Jesus Christ, 2 to 3 possessions. Seahawks beating the Falcons 34-14. This was another solid game, and I don't know if she's here for it, but I do want to cover this game. Packers beat the Texans 24-22 off of a game-winning field goal. This was a good game, but the one thing that shocked me out of this game, CJ Stroud didn't go for 100 yards? Yo, that is some crazy ass defense to beat a supposedly high-powered Texans team, and y'all motherfuckers sat up there and held him to under 100. That is absolutely insane. Now, Joe Mixon went 25, 115, and 2 touchdowns. But I was not expecting this. I'm still pissed that we got beat by the Chiefs all due to the Super Bowl slump. I'll cover that in a little bit. Don't worry. But I'll cover that in a little bit. That's a fatality. This was definitely a fatality in terms of CJ Stroud. Now Jordan Love, he put up a Brett Favre stat line: 24, 33, 223 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. If this ain't Brett Favre, I don't know what is. The only difference is that Jordan Love is not out here taking money from poor people. Literally, like Brett Favre does, because don't nobody fuck with Brett Favre off that reasoning right there. Oh, shit. Another fun stat that came up in this game. Apparently, Josh Jacobs, who's been with the Raiders throughout all of his career, instead of this one time where he decides to go over to a different team, Josh Jacobs never got a receiving touchdown until this game. Congratulations to Josh Jacobs, because that was a long-ass streak. I did not know that. He's the only running back I know to never have a receiving touchdown until now. Romeo Doubs with 8 catches for 94 yards. Dalton Schultz went 1 catch for 28 yards. Now, I will say this is only a blemish when it goes to the Texans. I don't think this is going to be the end for them, because look at this here with the Packers. They're 5-2. They're the same record as them. This Packers team, I gotta tell you, the North is fucking nasty. The NFC North is nasty, and I wasn't expecting this. The only team that ain't shit is the Bears. The Packers, somehow without Aaron Rodgers, still good. The Lions, great. The Vikings, currently great. The NFC runs through the North. Take that Game of Thrones reference and run with it. Somebody's gonna be the king of the North this year. And if they're the king of the North this year, you have a better chance of becoming the king of the fucking conference. Right now. Because the 49ers ain't shit. And as much as I love the Eagles, we ain't shit either. Somebody's about to punch their ticket to a Super Bowl as of right now until we see what's going on throughout the rest of the season. And we're going to find out exactly who that is in due time. All right, so next we got the Bengals and the Browns. I got to tell you, Jamar Chase, bro. Jamar Chase. He might be on the ban list, but we'll see what'll happen. Because I am gonna actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this now. Anything important? No. Okay, let me go ahead and do this now, where y'all will see my little tier list that I got going on here. Here it is. This is the ban list right here. Right here. And if I have to, which I am, I'm about to update that ban list real fucking quick. But we'll worry about that when I'm done talking about all this. Yeah, Bengals beat the Browns 21-14. Now, a big situation did happen in this game. Deshaun Watson shattered his Achilles. His Achilles is fucked beyond belief. So, yeah, that ain't good for him. But I will tell you this: there is one other controversial thing that happened. Is while yes, he did get hurt. Let's take a look what happened when it went to the Browns fans when Watson got hurt. Let's see what happened when he if we can. Okay. So where is it? Gotta be live somewhere, right? Did I miss anything? Well, I'm about to cover Deshaun Watson getting hurt and how the fans reacted. Actually, this is good enough right here.
You mentioned it, the fans. So let's talk about how the fans. Yeah, it's a good information, good take, Nick. We appreciate it. And you mentioned it, the fans. So let's talk about how the fans are reacting. They voiced their displeasure with Watson early on in the game. He ran onto the field to many boos, and when it comes to his injury, well, some fans we spoke to weren't so sympathetic. Most, though, condemned any cheering.
I don't care what anybody else say. When you see someone else get hurt doing their job, it's unfortunate.
I'm so sorry he got hurt, but what was he doing for the Cleveland Browns?
What's most unfortunate is that I don't think they could have pulled him unless he was hurt. That's what sucks.
You can't cheer for someone when they get hurt. I mean, that was classless, and I hate, that he had to experience that.
So it's no secret, of course, they are looking for someone new to lead the team, and it shows in jersey sales. We actually went over to the
Jesus Christ, Myles Garrett everywhere.
Stadium. The general manager told me that yesterday they sold at all their shops, all their kiosks in the stadium, just one Watson jersey. Now compare that to $31,000 worth of Nick Chubb jerseys they sold and $12,000 of Myles Garrett jerseys. So this wouldn't be the first time, as Nick mentioned, that fans have been accused of celebrating their quarterback's injuries. So we'll take a look back at Tim Couch and that whole situation at 6.
Okay, so basically, welcome mercenary. How you doing? So this is my little podcast episode here where we talk about everything that happened throughout the week. Now, what I talked about so far that you and Winter had missed, I had talked about, of course, Sonic and Shadow Generations. I did add that in at last minute, and of course, I talked about the BlueSky versus the Twitter situation. And to make that one as a too long didn't read is we'll see what'll happen in November, but I definitely do see a situation where people are just gonna be there just to be there, and then after that they'll go right back to Twitter like nothing ever happened. So it's like, look, if people really feel the way that they feel, then they know what to do come November. I think November 12th, November 13th is when that update's happening. So we'll see what'll happen there. But I definitely highlight some key differences between the two. And I said what I had to say. So, yeah. Winter says she's tired of it. Honestly, I'm tired of that shit too. Because, like, look, y'all gonna have to pick one way or the other. And there you go. You know what I mean? I gave the differences. I said, look, if y'all want a more chill, more like cool and chill place, then look, that's actually what BlueSky is there for. Seeing as I see nothing but crazy good art and just people just chilling and having the time of their life there. Meanwhile, on Twitter, you're guaranteed to see some shit you're either not gonna like, or you are, or some shit that you are gonna like. It depends. It's a 50-50 coin toss with it. You said I don't bother so much with sports, so shrugs. Okay, I got you. Also, too long didn't read like what Omega said when I went to Sonic X Shadow Generations. Is my issue is not even really with the game. My issue is the fact that Sega don't give Silver any love, and I'm getting real sick and tired of that shit. Cause they're constantly scared of what the fuck happened with Sonic 06, and that shit need to stop. Because you see, it's a night and day difference from how they treat Silver in the comics versus how they treat him in the games. And another thing I'm also getting sick and tired of when it goes to Sega, and I'll make that too long didn't read, is Sonic has all of these characters here. All of these characters. And they don't fucking use them at all. We can name them off the top of our head. I'm like, where's their shit at? Where's their story? Where's their portion of the game at? Like, Winter, you covered Sonic Adventure, and that's basically what I'm referring to. Is where's their shit at? Okay? Amy got her own story. Omega got his own story. Tails got his own story. Can we go back to that format, please? Or is that too hard to ask? Either that or Sonic Adventure 2 format. Can we go back to that, please? Or is that too hard to ask? Like, yeah, and now they going through an experimental phase. It went through going through an experimental phase to now we're just milking Sonic for all of he's worth. And we're just adding Shadow here and there. But this is all I gotta say, and I'll just end with this, okay? If you have no problem giving Shadow all this love by giving him his own portion in the Sonic Generation story, you need to do the same for Silver, okay? Because let's be honest, the way how they set that up, the way how they did that, and the way how they set that up, you need to give Silver his own shit. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel. It's time for y'all to rectify that issue y'all got with 06 and get that shit over and done with. So, that's just me. That's what I think. You say even Project 06 struggled with that? The Sega has a complex pick with their characters. Yeah, but this is the thing that people got more of an issue of when it went to not even really Project 06, but more like Sonic 06. The issue they got with Sonic 06 is literally because the gameplay is ass. They'll have more of an issue with the gameplay than it is with the story. At least that's what I think. Like, damn, bro, I can't even finish the story with your game is so like it's so ass, like the drizzling shits. especially with a loading time for as long as 20 minutes. It's not about the characters or the world building. Sega was trying too much of changing the formula, plus the stories is inconsistent after Shadow. And again, that's why I said it's time for them to rectify that. They need to correct that mistake. You cannot let a situation almost 2 decades ago, which is 2024 now, in 2 years in 2 more years it'll be 2 decades, it'll be 20 years since that game's release. At least I think so, right? If I got it right. 20 years since that game's release. And y'all motherfuckers are still haunted by what happened by that game. That shit gotta stop. I'm sorry. But that's how I feel. You know, I'll talk more about it. If you want me to talk more about it, I'll talk more about it like next time. Like, yeah, I'll talk more about it in VC. But to get back to the whole NFL scores thing, that was the score. That's what happened. Now, if people don't know the Deshaun Watson situation, I will go ahead and make that quick. The Deshaun Watson situation, again, wasn't it rushed by Microsoft? It probably was. It probably wasn't. I don't really remember all that well with how that shit went. It probably was by them. So the Deshaun Watson situation and why fans were cheering. Now, part of it is because of the fact that he isn't doing as good with the Cleveland Browns. But another part of it is this. For y'all that don't know, Deshaun Watson has been under multiple situations of sexual abuse. So, like, a dozen cases of sexual abuse. Like, granted, they're like accusations, but at the end of the day, fans feel like, look, if you're having this many accusations over sexual abuse, then we got a big fucking problem. And off that alone, because of the fact that he's nothing but known for that situation, that's why people are not really fucking with him like that. Yes, mercenary, that is the case where some people in sports need to have their own way to prove with false stuff come up. Yeah, I want to agree with this, but then here's also how I see it. And this is not helping the NFL's track record, is where you'll have a woman beater in the fucking league, right? You'll have him in the league. He can go ahead and beat up a woman and still play a game. Or he'll quote unquote shoot someone and still play a game and still make money and still be rewarded. Whereas if you do anything that remotely somewhat hurts the league, like directly, like betting for an example, you will have the harshest fine possible. Yeah, absolutely talking about Tyreek Hill. I'm absolutely talking about Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, under multiple accounts, has sat up there, and this is actually proven, multiple situations where he beat on his wife, pregnant wife, by the way, pregnant girlfriend, by the way. He beat on her. This is before he got drafted. He had another situation with same-sex girlfriend. He had a situation going on in a club somewhere with a woman. So that's why I said I don't feel as bad when situations like this, like what happened with the cops when they pulled him over and they tried to put him in jail. That's why I said I don't feel bad. Because when you have shit like this that happens, I don't feel bad at all in the slightest. Let me see what you had to say. You said, I could pass you and recommend you an awesome vid I saw about players choking and whatnot. Is an interesting essay, but it's up to you if you want me to suggest it. Go right ahead and link it. I'm probably gonna check it out though, off stream. But feel free to go ahead and link it, bro. But yeah, pretty much at the end of the day, that's where I got an issue when it goes to the NFL, and where I got an issue when it goes to certain players, is if you're under multiple counts of this shit and your ass is still playing, that's a big fucking deal. for me. And the only reason why it's not quote unquote true, proven true, is because these athletes now have the money to just give that shit to you and make you shut the fuck up. Just so their life wouldn't get ruined. Like how they quote unquote ruined you. At least I put that in quotes because they'll say they allegedly ruined. Now, there is some cases where women will do this to get over on you. Or in this case, a man will do this to get over you. As a celebrity, yeah, that shit you have to watch out for. But a dozen situations where this happened, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, what are you doing? All right, now we got my Eagles, bro. I'm gonna keep this going. We got a couple games left. I'm only gonna cover at least a couple of them. We got the Eagles, bro. All right, here we go. Eagles beat the Giants 28-3. 28-3. Jalen Hurts 10 of 14, 114 yards and a touchdown. Daniel Jones did not get Herm Edwards. Hey, the fact you know him. Let's go. Daniel Jones 14 of 24, 99 yards. Saquon Barkley. Hey, Saquon. You know the one thing I'm happy that they made you do? The one thing I'm very happy they made you do? They made this man run the ball. Thank you, God. Holy shit. I damn near did not have to say it at all today. Saquon Barkley, 17 carries for 176 yards and a touchdown. Holy shit. It's almost like what I said last year, it came true in this game. They actually listened. They ran the fucking ball, bro. Oh my God, I felt like I could cry. Like, holy fuck, bro. Where was this a year ago? Seeing this stat line wants to make me cry. 17 carries, 176 yards and a touchdown. Now, I understand Jalen Hurts went 10 of 14 and he didn't have the best of games despite having an efficient stat line. I will say this. He protected the ball. He didn't turn the ball over. I will also say that Jalen Hurts missed key targets that he should have completed. Like, Devontae Smith, this is the biggest concern I had. Devontae Smith had -2 yards with one catch. Devontae Smith? Hold up. Real quick. This Devontae Smith? This dude? This Devontae Smith? All right, Mercenary, go ahead and eat. And I did see your comment where it's like, it's one of those cases behind the scenes where when they tweak the game, oh, where it's rigged? Oh, okay, yeah, I'm well aware. Trust me, NFL is rigged. I know this for a fact. If you don't think NFL or NBA is rigged, I'm sorry, something is wrong with your ass. That shit is rigged. If the NFL was scripted, yeah, it's just as scripted as WWE is. Literally, a game I'm about to cover is exactly this. A game I'm about to cover is exactly this. But yeah, this Devontae Smith, this dude right here. Why do I see AJ Brown's face on the name of Devontae Smith? That's not what he looked like. But hold up. Let me make sure. Oh, no. You know what? No. Let me make sure. Just so I want y'all to see, this Devontae Smith had 1 catch for -2 yards that I'm about to show you is a small clip. That dude right there, hell, and if you can't read it, if you couldn't track it, because I understand football can confuse you a little, follow my mouse cursor real quick. This is Devontae Smith right here. This is him right here. He's lined up against this dude right here.
Hurts over the middle. Devontae Smith to catch the run.
And you mean to tell me this motherfucker had 1 catch for -2 yards? That Devontae Smith? Jalen Hurts, come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's where I understand where people got an issue. There's no way you have a player like this that is so damn good with route running. There's no way he should have 1 catch for -2 yards. Under no jurisdiction should I be seeing this stat line. That is egregious for me. That man is a Heisman Trophy winner. The best player in the country that season. He was the best. And you want to sit here and tell me that motherfucker had 1 catch for -2 yards. Unreal. Unreal. I know this for a fact. Come next game, he's not going to have that. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. But yeah, all in all, Saquon Barkley, man. 17 carries, 176 yards, and a touchdown? Oh my God, I would nut over this stat line if this is the case every fucking week. Where you run the ball, and I don't have to use those emotes, and I don't have to raise my voice unless I'm happy as fuck. This emote would not exist if they would just run the ball. I kid you not. This emote would not exist. Please keep that going. Please do not stop running the ball. Please and thank you. That's all I gotta say. Now, time for our clap cheeks of the week. And it doesn't belong to the Cowboys, luckily. The Commanders smoked the living hell out of the Panthers 40-7. When I sent that screenshot to Fuyu, it was 34-0. It was 34-0 in the third quarter with 9 minutes left. And by the way, they did this without their starting quarterback. Jaden Daniels was not in the game because he got hurt. So Marcus Mariota said, fuck it, I'm going to go 18 of 23 for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. The backup quarterback did that to the Carolina Panthers. Oh my God. I gotta say this. If you are a Washington fan, this is probably the best season they have ever had in like 20 years. Probably longer. Because I don't remember Washington winning games like this. I mean, they did have Kirk Cousins that one year that they won. They won the division, but they weren't doing this. Okay? So, credit to the Commanders for keeping the Eagles and let's be honest, it's really the Eagles. Credit to the Commanders for keeping the Eagles at bay. Because I wasn't expecting this to be a close game, but what they're doing so far in their schedule, they're doing a damn good job. And they might continue to do a damn good job because they have 2 other games here where they have the Bears, who are not that good. Well, they could be that good. It depends on how this shit gonna go. I might actually place a good bet on this one when it goes to the quarterbacks. And then, of course, you got the Giants, who are ass. Now, if you are like me, if you're an Eagles fan and you're hoping for the Commanders to drop a game, their best chance to drop a game is actually the Bears and the Steelers game right now. Because, well, it might be the Falcons. It depends on the playoff seeding. But the Bears and the Steelers are the best games right now that you could think of where they can drop a game. Because other than that, I don't think they're gonna drop versus the Cowboys. Not right now. They're gonna beat the Titans. They're probably gonna beat the Saints as well. So if you're an Eagles fan, you're hoping to God that they drop versus the Steelers and the Bears. You need these two teams to win if you want to win the division. Other than that, the Commanders, bro, I don't think anyone and their mom was expecting them to do this. So, for them, congratulations, keep doing what you're doing. But I tell you what, they're gonna run through a brick wall. We already know this. This happens every time with Washington, where they'll do good throughout the season, and then when come playoff time, when they actually got some equally good competition, they fold. Such as the Bucks game in the playoffs, where they folded bad against the Bucks. Tom Brady carved them the hell up, and that led to the Bucks winning the Super Bowl, actually. Or another instance where this happened, where they sat up there and folded some more when Kirk Cousins was there. This tends to happen with the Commanders, okay? This just happens to be one of the years where Washington will just win the division and they won't do anything ever again for a while. This might be one of those years. But yeah, GG. Okay. So, Chiefs versus 49ers. Let's talk about it. Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is arguably the worst year that Patrick Mahomes has had throwing the football, being the quarterback of the team. And for some weird ass reason, his team continues to fucking win. I don't get this shit. Brock Purdy, bro, what the fuck has happened? This dude was talked about in MVP consideration, and now this dude has thrown 3 interceptions. He's went 17 of 31. 17 passes completed out of 31 attempts, and he's thrown for 212 yards. Look, as much as I want to blame refs, the 49ers has fallen off a fucking rock, dude. And they've fallen off bad. As much as I want to blame them, this is unacceptable. Now, I understand. Christian McCaffrey's not here. Deebo Samuel was not there. He actually got hurt. In fact, he's out of the pneumonia situation he got himself into. He's actually out of hospital, so that's some good news there. Brandon Ayuk is out for the season. George Kittle is all you got. But come the fuck on, dude. This don't make no sense. Patrick Mahomes gave the ball away twice, and your ass couldn't take advantage. Hell, you want to really be fair? You look at these stat lines. Brock Purdy arguably outplayed Mahomes. But another case where, despite Mahomes being outplayed, he still wins. This is fucking crazy. At some point, bro, that Chiefs magic needs to wear out. Yeah, it could be a Madden curse, because you forget Christian McCaffrey is in the he's in Madden. But we haven't seen him what's now going on almost half the year. So yeah, 49ers, man, I tell you what. If this is the 49ers' downfall, That's a rough way to go out. I don't know. Maybe this is just that one bad year they'll have. Maybe it's that. Or they'll have that one bad year and then maybe they'll bounce back. We will see. But right now, ooh, buddy, I would not want to be a 49ers fan looking at this shit and seeing what's going on. Okay. Last game we have to cover. I would cover the Steelers versus the Jets, but I really don't give a fuck. Considering Devontae Adams being there ruined my expectations, bro. How you go from 1-2-5 team to the other? Like, what the fuck? The best thing that came out of this was Breece Hall carrying the Jets. Quite literally. Carried the Jets. He carried them rushing and receiving. Your running back did this. Now, I understand Devontae Adams just got there and he needs some time. But come on now. This don't make no sense. You're too talented for your running back to be the best receiver. Too talented. Alright. So, Ravens beat the Bucks. Chris Godwin sadly got hurt in this game. But Ravens beat the Bucks 41-31. I gotta tell you, Lamar Jackson is staking his claim for a third MVP title. All Lamar Jackson has to do is win a Super Bowl. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's Hall of Fame accolades. You can't even hate on that. Can't even hate. Hall of Fame accolades. He's already has 2 MVPs to his name. What he's doing here is unprecedented for a third. And the only one that can compete with him is Josh Allen, because the QB play this year is straight ass. But yeah, 17 or 22, 281 yards, 5 touchdowns passing. 5, bro. If you had it in your parlay for him to get 5 touchdowns, congratulations, man. Because holy shit. Derrick Henry being here is a godsend for this Ravens team. And not only for him, not only for them, but for himself as well. 15 carries, 169 yards. He didn't score a touchdown. He didn't score a touchdown rushing, but he did score one receiving, and he was wide open to do it. But yeah, man, the best team in the NFL are like, there are 3 teams. It's the Ravens, Bills, and Lions. Until further notice. Or you can make a case for the Vikings. But for right now, those are the 3 best teams in the NFL. And those are the teams where it's like, look, bro, you just got to watch football and enjoy it with them. Now, we got week 8 of the NFL. But before we get to week 8, I am going to get to my tier list real quick. I know the Celtics just started. Officially, basketball is back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm letting y'all know now. Officially, it is back. It just started. Patrick Mahomes right now, I'm still gonna keep him on depending on matchup but I'm about to put him on hold off for a bit. If he has another bad game, I'm putting him on hold him off. Shohei Ohtani right now, he's in the World Series. I'm gonna put this on count on him until they, we see otherwise, because right now he's killing it. This list remains mostly unchanged, but I might drop Embiid a little bit right here so that Luke is the guaranteed one. And the only reason why I'm putting Joel Embiid here is because he's not going to be playing back-to-back games anymore. And I do not blame him. Because, look, Joel Embiid's main goal is to win an NBA title. To do this is the best option he got. He cannot play for a whole NBA season anymore until he wins that title. Hell, he might not do it ever again. And again, I don't blame him. Fuck this shit. I'm trying to win a title. So it's time for Tyrese Maxey to take the reins. It's time for him to show that he's the future of the Sixers. Because look, Joel Embiid's on year 10, year 11. Now, that may not mean much for y'all in the sports world, but for basketball, for him, he's not going to be pushing LeBron. No one's going to be pushing LeBron. I give it max like 3-4 years left, and then Embiid's going to call it a career. Which he should. But if he walks away from the NBA not winning an NBA Finals, it's going to be a travesty. Especially when you have Giannis who won a title. His rival Joker won a title. It's time for him to win the title. And if he has to take these means to do it, so be it. So be it. But yeah, for right now, place more of your bets if you're a NBA guy, and if you want to see a rising star, place your bets on Tyrese Maxey, bro. It's about that time. So I'm gonna put these two neck and neck until I see otherwise. You know what? Let me put them up even higher. Until I see otherwise. If you want to do any betting on the NFL, put some high bets on Lamar Jackson and put some high bets on Derrick Henry until I see for further notice. Because these motherfuckers are killing the league right now. They're making teams pay. And I actually love to see it. This that old school ground and pound offense with some college shit mixed in, and it's like, this shit is nasty. And like, it's hard for teams to stop. Because you can't stop Lamar Jackson running the ball, and now you can't stop Derrick Henry running the ball. This is the type of shit you'll put up on Madden. But now you're seeing it in person. I don't know how Kirk Cousins did, but I heard he did pretty okay. I'm going to keep him where he is. Jaylen Brown, I'm going to keep him where he is until I see where he is, because usually he's guaranteed 20 points, but depending on the matchup, he might not be able to do it at all. Mahomes, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to put him on this. You hold him off for a bit, because I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. And of course, my ban list stays my ban list. Ellie on ban. Anthony Edwards, unless it's 3-pointers, you know what? I'm going to put him on hold him off. I'm going to actually be nice. I'm going to put him on hold him off. Because unless you're betting on 3-pointers, ban. Do not put Anthony Edwards up for 3-pointers. You're asking for trouble. If it's strictly points, you will get that with him. Boom, ban. Donovan Edwards, ban. Dak Prescott, who's the reason I made this ban list, that's why he's there. And Travis Kelce is going to stay there until I see otherwise. And there you go. That's my ban list. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and let me just do that right there. And there you go. Now, I will look at adding more to this ban list. You know what? I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it now. Because why not? He deserves this. Jared Goff is going to be on the ban list, but he's not going to be banned. He's going to be up on the one of the top tiers. So he deserves that. Go ahead and do this right there. Save that as a PNG. There you go. Give me that. Let me go back to the ban list. All right, Jared Goff goes, I would say he goes right here for now until I see otherwise. I think he'll go here, and I'm gonna see if there's one more that that I just talked about. Who is it that I just talked about? You know what? Yeah, Saquon Barkley. I'm gonna put Saquon Barkley up here. Saquon Barkley's been rushing for 100 yard games as well. Why Why is it when I look up Saquon Barkley, you want to highlight his wife? What the fuck's going on here? But there you go. Oh no, I like this one a little better. I could have picked this one, but I like this one better. All right, Saquon, you are now on the list. I might have a couple more. I don't know, but we'll see. Yup, Saquon and AJ Brown right next to each other. Jared Goff is in here. I might think about putting David Montgomery or Jared Gibbs here. I don't know. But I don't trust anyone else when it goes to the Lions at the moment. I know there's Amon-Ra St. Brown. So we'll see how that's gonna go. But otherwise, other than that, I think I'm good until I see more when it goes to sports such as the NBA or the NFLs or maybe even NHL. I might put them up for at one point. But yeah, massive count on them. Derrick Henry, I can always count on. Lamar Jackson, I can count on when it goes to bets. Luka Doncic, guaranteed to count on him. He came through clutch with me several times. Before I got on my betting slump, he was just killing it, bro. He was there. All for it. Justin Jefferson, you already know, self-explanatory. Tyrese Maxey, it's time for him to take the reins. Joel Embiid, don't expect much. In fact, I would say I'm tempted to put him on, depending on matchup, only because he's not going to be playing back-to-backs anymore. So if this keeps up and he doesn't continue his if he doesn't continue his tear, I'm gonna put him down here. Jared Goff, yes. AJ Brown, yes. Saquon, yes. Shohei is now on yes because as of late he's been killing it and they're in the World Series. Other than that, the rest of this, well, we're good. We are good. This is right where we want to be. Go ahead and make that bigger so then that way I can go ahead and do this. All right, there you go. That's the ban list. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm done for today. Scheduled throughout the rest of the week. I will be playing more Sparking Zero on Wednesday. I don't think I'm gonna play it on Friday. I might. Yeah, we'll see what'll happen on Friday. But right now, I will say this: there will be some Yakuza, but I just don't know about Sparking Zero for Friday. I might change up the schedule a bit. Oh god, tune in. That's everything throughout the rest of the week, man. Alright guys, as always, every second, every minute, every hour y'all spend with me is every second and every minute, every hour. I'm blessed and so very thankful for you guys. Have yourself a good rest of the day, night, evening. And I will see you tomorrow for some Sparking Zero. So bye. Thanks for coming, everyone.